What's up, YouTubers? It's your host, The Dark One, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Linksys Smart Wi-Fi EA6500 router. You have to excuse me, I got a cough drop in my mouth because I'm got a slight cold. Anyways, this is a very nice router. There are some positives and some negatives, of course, with most things, consumer products. I'm going to get into the positives first, and then I'll go into the negatives. I have a family of 5 myself. Okay, so we have lots of devices that need to be connected. Xbox Ones, PS4s, tablets, phones, Nooks, Kindles, laptops, computers, TVs. So when I got this home and I saw that it was rated for 7+ devices, I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. And it can handle quite a bit of devices. There are some downsides to that too, and I'll get to that later. This I'll talk about in a second. Some of the things I like about this is it's got simple tap technology, which if you got 2 devices that have simple tap, you just press the button on one, press the button on the other, and they'll both speak, handshake, whatever, like a Bluetooth, and be about your day. Really easy setup. It's got up to N plus 450 megabits per second. That's not real world, mind you. That's in some lab somewhere. It's got AC 1300 megabits per speed. It's like AC is the new protocol. That's not really the thing yet, but it will be soon. It's got dual band, so it's got 2.4 and 5 gigahertz at the same time. There are some drawbacks to that too, and I'll explain that. It's backwards compatible A, B, G, and N, plus the new standard AC. It's got 10 gigahertz, 100 gigahertz, 1000 gigahertz connections. So that pretty much explains itself. If I need to explain that to you, then you're watching the wrong video. It's got parental controls, a separate guest network, which is awesome, 2 USB ports if you want to printer share, if you don't have a wireless printer, or if you want to turn it into a media server by putting a USB adapter or a USB hard drive in the back and get all your files that way, your media or whatever. Now, like I said, there's a few things that I like. You get the website, Smart Wi-Fi. You can get it for your tablets, for your phones, Apple and Android. That allows you to access the internet outside of home. Great feature. If you want to change some settings on the fly or whatever, that's awesome. The guest network is great. If you got friends that come over sometimes, or just family that comes over and you don't want to give them direct access to your stuff, guest network is perfect for them. Now, with all this stuff going on, you need about 5 or 6 passwords to fully use all this stuff. You need your router password. If you use the Linksys Smart Wi-Fi apps or internet website, you need a password for that. You can have 2.4 gigahertz password, 5 gigahertz password, and your guest password. So that's quite a bit to juggle. I have them all set up, and I wrote all of them down. They said they say don't do that, but what else you gonna do? Forget them? Because that's what's gonna happen. So like I was saying, all those passwords, you need to write them down or you're going to forget them. The USB storage, I love that feature. It's got DNL, it's DNLA certified, so you can stream media with it, or various things, some music, media, file sharing, all that stuff works out great with this router. The speed is one of the things that affected me the most. Of course, that's not the router's problem. That's my, if I have a legacy device like an A, B, or G, then that hampers the speed a lot, and that does slow down your HD broadcast, your HD viewing or whatever. Okay, but that aside, works great. The devices that can be connected, it says rated for 7+. Okay, so which is fine. I'm sure a lot of you don't have more than 10 devices connected at one time. I don't know. I unfortunately do. So that means that devices get dropped all the time. It has a preset amount of connections it's allowed at one time, and this is shared between the 2.4 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz. I would think if a manufacturer was making a router, they would say maybe 10 on the 2.4 and 10 on the 5 gigahertz, combined total 20. That makes it easy. This is shared, so I don't know how many it can take before it bumps one off, but I just know it does. Once it bumps one off, you have to reset the router most times to get it to recognize it again. But I mean, that's just a small thing. Obviously, if you have a bunch of devices connected, that's just something that's going to happen. If you have the smart Wi-Fi app, which is a great feature for doing things at home while you're on wherever, you need to have internet access, obviously. So I don't think I should have to say that, but yeah, I probably do. Parental controls is great. That aside, you can only have so many devices on the parental controls. I think it's like 10, and then that's all you're allowed to control. I have more than 10 that need to be controlled, but that's my fault, not the routers. With the parental controls, you can set up everything as far as time-wise when they're allowed to get on the internet. If you want to block a website, that, on the other hand, is another story. Older routers of this type used to have a setting where you can go in there and block one specific person from going to, say, YouTube, or from Snapchat, or Facebook. Now, with this router, you have to block every user on the network from that website in order to block it. You can't pick and choose who can view it or not. Either you can view it or you can't. So that's a major downfall for this router. I don't like that. If I'd have known that, I would have probably chosen a different router. Another thing that I don't like about this is that once you're out of range, so I have a 5-bedroom house, alright, 2 bath, backyard, front yard, alright, garage, 3 garages, This works in the front yard, backyard, to the left of the house, to the right of the house, but barely reaches upstairs. So I understand that it goes through the wall or whatever and it's outside, but like I said, my sons upstairs often lose their connection while they're playing Xbox or whatever. Now, you can prioritize what you want connected and how you want it to connect. So you can have one device that gets high priority, alright, But that being said, all other devices get crap. You know, the main brunt of it goes to the devices you have in the priority, and the rest of them get the leftovers, so to speak. I liked that at first, and then once it came to other devices sharing, it was awful. So you pretty much have to turn that off because it doesn't work unless you have a few devices and one of them is your streaming device and you want priority for that, and the rest of them are computers that don't stream much. You're fine. Set it up that way. If you have several different streaming devices, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever, you do not want to use media prioritization. It will screw up the rest of the stuff. I don't know if that's a router feature that's not done right or it's just the way it is. Anyways, that's something to keep in mind. Like I said, this router is a great router. It works fine. I do recommend getting, if you're going to have this router by Linksys, I recommend getting other Linksys devices to hook up to it. Other manufacturers, while they do work, because if you have ABG or N, they're going to work, but they don't work the best because it's not Linksys. And if you call Linksys and say, hey, why is my router not working with my D-Link, they're going to say call D-Link. And you don't want to get into that crap. If you're tech savvy, then by all means go for it. Then you can do it yourself. But if you have to call support and you tell them your devices aren't the same, they're going to say, hey, call the company that is causing the problem. So this router can be found at Walmart, Amazon, Newegg, Tiger Direct, wherever. It is various prices from $160 to $199. I paid $179 for it at Walmart. It had high reviews, and I like the router as a whole. Just outside of those nags that I mentioned, it's a great router. If you're looking in for a new router and you can't get another high-end AC router, because that's what you should get. If you get a new router, I say get AC, because that's going to be the new standard here. I'd say maybe by the summer or so, maybe midsummer. Get this router or the Nighthawk. Nighthawk is another router that I love. I looked for that one when I went to get this one, but they didn't have it. But anyways, $179 at Walmart. Linksys EA6500 smart Wi-Fi router. Get it. Love it. Use it. Peace.